hi, welcome. It's JPNN here on March the 23rd, 2022. Did I just repeat myself? Probably. It's okay. It's okay. Let's start with Activision Blizzard, because that's what we love to do. But it's actually not bad news this time around. There's an SEC filing with investors that said on April 28th, Activision Blizzard will be meeting virtually, where the shareholders will decide whether or not to approve Microsoft's $68.7 billion acquisition. It's pretty standard stuff. The vote will be described in a non-binding and advisory, or as non-binding and advisory, I should say. Activision's emphasizing the importance of the vote, stating that the merger cannot be completed unless the majority of its shareholders approve. The company adds that anyone who abstains or fails to vote will be counted as being against the merger. The Activision board of directors states that it has unanimously decided selling to Microsoft is, quote, advisable, fair, and in the best interest of Activision Blizzard and its stockholders. The result of the vote will be shared on May the 4th. It'll probably be positive. It's in their favor. Those shareholders want to make money. So it's kind of a much ado about nothing. Also, May the 4th be with you. Axios' Stephen Totilo is reporting and sharing documents that's showing that Judge Dale S. Fisher is, quote, prepared to approve the Activision misconduct settlement with Feds, which basically has $18 million for a victims fund, as well as 3 years oversight. They are denying the former Blizzard workers' motion to intervene, and it's waving off much of the California objections as, quote, simply inaccurate. There will be a hearing next week on the 29th of March. There will be no written decision unless either Activision Blizzard or the EEOC or both request one. You can find more information on gameindustry.biz about that whole situation. I don't know why I said that so weird. Game Pass stats out of GDC, because GDC is currently happening. There's a lot of videos and presentations being shown out of that. You can find a lot of those on YouTube if you're interested at all. Some of the more interesting ones, though, came from a panel that Microsoft did regarding Game Pass. Listen to these stats. Subscribers are playing 40% more games after joining. Makes sense. Games on average are seeing 8.3 times the lift in players. That means 8.3 times more players are checking out the games. Day one launches are seeing 3.5 times the lift for large publishers. Indies, 15 times. 15! That's insane. Subscribers are spending 50% more on the platform, and indies are seeing triple-digit revenue growth. Game Pass, man, that's what a deal. What a deal. I think you're going to start to see so many more indie games try and get onto Game Pass. And in a lot of ways, it can kind of serve as a gatekeeper, both for good and bad, in the sense that it's only going to allow certain games onto the platform, but maybe that's going to weed out a lot of the trash that ends up on Steam every single day with reused assets and all that crap. It's also a good thing because indies get money out of that. So just some incredible stats coming out of Game Pass at GDC. There was about a 15-minute presentation if you want to sit and listen to two folks talk about that. I'm sure you can find that on the internet just by Googling GDC, or I think going over to GDC's YouTube channel. Speaking of Microsoft, they've announced two new initiatives that are aiming to give more developers access to cloud functionality when making video games. It was announced during this week's GDC's conference. The first is ID at Azure, which is a suite of free tools and resources that help developers integrate cloud-based gaming services into their titles, regardless of which platforms they're developing for. The second is the Azure Game Development Virtual Machine, which which is a cloud-based workstation that is generally geared, that is specifically geared towards game production and enables developers access key tools and services unconstrained by the specs of their machines or their geographical location. And not so good news for Microsoft. Apparently partial source code pertaining to Bing and Cortana has been stolen as part of a cyber attack, the company has confirmed. In a statement, the firm said that it has been, quote, actively tracking a large-scale social engineering and extortion campaign and has attributed the threat to the hacker group Lapsus Dollar. I don't know how to say that. It's Lapsus with a dollar sign, a US dollar sign. While internal resources were compromised in the hack, Microsoft highlighted that no customer code or data was involved in the observed activities. What they're trying to extort Microsoft with Bing and Cortana source code. You couldn't have, like, why didn't you steal Edge? Like, at least some people use Edge. Jesus. AMD's new Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.0, that's a mouthful, is coming to Xbox. They put out a quote and said it will be fully supported on Xbox and will be available in the Xbox GDK for registered developers to use in their games. While AMD says it can't actually say when Xbox game developers might take advantage of FSR 2.0. A lot of acronyms. Over in the world of Destiny, a number of content creators have received DMCA strikes on their Destiny-related videos. It's currently unknown as to why the videos are receiving strikes, despite them adhering to Bungie's policy regarding media. Bungie put out a tweet and said, quote, we're aware of a series of copyright takedowns on YouTube and we're actively investigating. This includes content on our own Bungie channels. These actions are not being taken at the request of Bungie or our partners. Please stand by for future updates. Sounds like you got an asshole out there just striking people, and YouTube system is like, oh, this must be, let's go ahead and send those strikes. Someone filed a report. And people want Twitch to take on that. No. Tencent is out there talking about how much money they've made. They're up about 10% year over year, currently sitting at $33 billion in 2021. Of course, this is all accredited to PUBG Mobile, Valorant, Brawl Stars, and Clash of Clans as key contributors overseas. They have maintained their position as the #1 gaming company in the world by revenue. Just so you're aware, Sony clocks in at 24.8 billion, Microsoft at 16.2 billion, and Nintendo at $15.3 billion. Moving along to games news, the Sefton Hill, who's the creative director and co-founder of Rocksteady Games, announced via Twitter that Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, that was set to release this year, has been delayed to next spring. The tweet says, we've made the difficult decision to delay Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League to spring 2023. I know a delay is frustrating, but that time is going into making the best game we can. I look forward to bringing the chaos to Metropolis together. Thank you for your patience. Sure. Delays are always good, in my opinion. It sucks that we gotta wait, but hey, the game's gonna be much better for it. I guarantee it. And I don't even have a dollar. I don't even have a horse in that race. A dollar in that company. I don't think. Maybe. We talked about The Witcher getting a new entry on Monday into the series. There's two things. The first one, Jason Slama, who is the game director for the next entry, addressed a fan's concern in regards to the horrible crunch that's happening in the video game industry. The fan tweet said, "You forgot to mention the sign-on bonus of horrible crunch and being treated like a dog." Jason Slama replied, "Never on my watch." We'll see if that tweet comes to bite him in the ass in about 4 years. Also, the global community director, Marcin Momot, told PC Gamer that it is indeed a Lynx medallion, which means that there's a new school for for the new Witcher game. We'll see what that actually means. I can't wait for that game to come out and all the nerds in chat to be like, well, the game's lore is not that good because they're just out here creating all this new it's not as good as the Marvel Unlimited is coming to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, the Ultimate version. There's a video if you want to go watch that over on YouTube. They say unlock 3 months of Marvel Unlimited with your Game Pass Ultimate membership. Experience the Marvel Universe with instant access to 29,000 plus digital comics. It's pretty good. Fuck it. Make Game Pass all-in-one media. Put Netflix in. Netflix won't. Put Netflix in there. Get it in there as well. Just bundle everything up into one thing, and we'll call it cable. There's problems on PSN right now. Some players are reporting issues after installing the new system update. Ask PlayStation Japan confirmed the issue and said that it will not be available at this time. They apologize for any inconvenience caused to the customers and that they're conducting an investigation and restoration work. So please wait a while. You can find more information over at status.playstation.com if, while watching this, you're experiencing downtime on the platform itself. Guild Wars 2. Doing pretty good. They recently released a expansion, and they had JT and Colin Johansson from the studio leadership team put up a post over at their website, guildwars2.com/en/news. You can find the full post there. Some of the highlights, though: the number of active players for Guild Wars 2 has doubled over the past 3 years. End of Dragons outsold the previous expansion, Path of Fire. They will be re-releasing the Living World Season 1, which hasn't been playable for nearly a decade, over the course of the next year. It will be free for everyone. They reconfirmed that a Steam release is coming. They're still aiming for this year. And they also announced that there will be a 4th expansion coming up. Guild Wars 2 fans, they're eating well. They are eating well. EA Sports is in the news. PGA Tour will be launching in spring 2023. The big press release says that it will be the only place golf fans can play all 4 major championships, including the Masters, the PGA Championship, the US Open Championship, and the Open Championship. The only reason this is relevant to JPNN fans is because that means the Drop Frames Classic is back. Is one of the 5th. It's going to be the 5th major championship in spring 2023. Please look forward to it. Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed has been announced. We watched the trailer today. It's being made by Ilphonic. It is a 4 versus 1 asymmetrical multiplayer game. You can play as one of the 4 Ghostbusters or as the Ghost. It has cross-platform multiplayer, and it stars Winston Zeddemore and Ray Stantz. It's coming Q4 2022 for all of the platforms you like, such as PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. Friday sees 2 big game releases. We've got Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I think there's also a 3rd big game coming out Friday. Oh yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo. That's right, Ghostwire Tokyo. But we've got review scores for the other 2 big games, Tiny Tina Wonderland and Kirby and the Forgotten Land. And they're pretty good. As of right now, the reviews for Tiny Tina are sitting at an 81 with 47 critics on Metacritic. And Kirby is currently sitting at an 85 with 65 critics. Tiny Tina Wonderland, from the interview that we watched, or the reviews rather that we watched, seems like it's just more Borderlands. The comedy seems to be on point. They've got Will Arnett, of course, the main character. Tiny Tina is always there and always funny. They've got the Lonely Island guy, who's apparently one of the party members. It seems to be, it's more Borderlands. Over in Kirby Camp Kirby. That game's insane. Don't look up the lore of that game, okay? Did you know that Kirby is a god? Did you know that? I know that. Chat knows that. We watched it all. But it's getting pretty good reviews. Says it's a little easy though. So definitely play on the hard mode. I forgot what they call that, but play on hard mode if you're going to check it out. Now a little bit of random news here. We've got variable refresh rate coming up for Sony. They're going to be releasing that as a feature on the PlayStation 5 in the coming months. The long-awaited variable refresh rate, or VRR feature, will sync the refresh rate of a display to the PS5's graphical output. It will reduce visual artifacts, screen tearing, and frame pacing issues. You'll even be able to use the new VRR feature with games that don't officially support it. Good stuff. Biggest news of the day, guys. Snoop Dogg will be joining Call of Duty Warzone, Vanguard, and mobile as a playable operator. I'm clearing my throat to read the PR statement. We need a good read on this. The D-O-double-G is back in Call of Duty, and this time I'm in the freaking game. Excited to be working with the COD team to bring some fly features for you all to enjoy. It's dope. Y'all can play as me and get these sick items that have Snoop written all over them. Check it out. The first opportunity to play Snoop Dogg will be in Season 3 of Call of Duty Mobile through a special lucky draw beginning on April 1st. Absurd. We'll close out JPNN today with a farewell to Brandon Jones, the voice behind GameTrailers.com for any boomers out there, as well as the website Easy Allies. He's retiring from video game journalism and video game content production starting the 1st of May. According to recent announcements via his Twitter page, this has been planned since last June. He's been working hard to sort Easy Allies out when he retires. He does plan to continue recording VO post Easy Allies, whatever that means. I think he's also recently a father, so that probably affected him a lot. But growing up, for me, Brandon Jones, the voice of video games over there at Game Trailers. You would always wait for that video to review to hit. Potentially the one video review that I would always watch. He has that golden voice. It's possibly the best golden voice, or the best voice in video game reviews for my liking. But we wish you well, good luck, and enjoy fatherhood. All right. That's going to do it for JPNN. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to let us know which one of these news bits you're most excited about, even though I know it's going to be Snoop Dogg across the board. We will see you Friday for another episode of JPNN. Have a great rest of your day. We're out of here. Bye-bye.